football. And off we go from San Antonio. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a look here at their signal caller, the fifth-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Up the middle they go. Forbes. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he gets it up past the 35.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Looking to throw. Barnes. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Second down and 6 now. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on third down, Barnes. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have.
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Off play action. Barnes out to his left. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Back to throw now on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to take it across midfield. Out of bounds. 2 yards to go, second down. Operating from the gun, Barnes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
In motion goes the tight end. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will push the lead up to 5. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they'll be looking to correct course here. They had the safety turned in against them last time they had the ball. That was followed by the field goal. So they'll operate from behind now as they start 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's into the hands of Worthy. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
The tight end in motion right. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Shepard, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Here is 3rd and 5.
Now 3rd and 5.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Barnes. Pressure comes, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a 1st down now, playing behind the sticks.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Up the middle they go. Forbes. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 70 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Back out comes San Antonio. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Shepard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for his running back.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
3rd down and 2.
He'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
First and 10 at the 38.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now a handoff up the middle. Shepard found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 4 yards there on the carry. Gets it back to 2nd and 11.
4 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 11.
He'll look to throw. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
In motion right, one of the tight ends. They'll run on 1st down. Shepard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And 12 on the Seahawks 40-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Shepard, able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
2nd quarter now, San Antonio in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now back to throw. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line.
A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
Here we go on 4th down. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Barnes. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Up the middle they go. Forbes. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Here's 3rd and 9.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Barnes. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Brian Brzee fought in and got him down. The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back out comes San Antonio. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
That's complete, left side to Worthy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
And the tight end goes in motion left. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He finds his man, complete. That's Shepard. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. On play action, they'll throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6.
Slot man moves right. 2nd and 6.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Barnes.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now this one taken in by Olave.
Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Back to throw. Barnes.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a handoff up the middle. Forbes. He will push his way down to about the 14.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun. Barnes. That's complete right around the 8. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul.
So a good
Roughing
start
the
to the
kicker.
campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Shepard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 2nd and 4. This is Coleman with a grab. So nothing doing there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He finds his man, complete. It's Shepard. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
2nd down and 3.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And his kick here is good. And that'll get the deficit back to 16. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Shepard. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Shepard. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Back to throw again. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Got a man over the middle, Worthy.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw.
That's into the hands of Worthy once again.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Back to throw.
He's got his man. That's Coleman.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This will be caught at about the 5. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. They'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Desperados are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. Throwing to start the drive. Barnes. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Barnes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
2nd and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. From the gun on 3rd down. Barnes. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. 54 yards. And the Seahawks add 6 to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Desperados offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
He'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Out of the gun now on third down. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in San Antonio as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Back to throw now on first down. He finds his man complete. That's Shepard. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Coleman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Previous play
And
is
now
under
hold
review.
everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Up the middle they go. Shepard, and the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And his kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll keep it on the ground. Forbes trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Looking to throw. Barnes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, we dominate today.
On first down, Shepard. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. In motion, the tight end. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
A gain of 4 yards. It's 4th and goal.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Desperados have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. McGowan, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Up the middle they go. Forbes. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
2nd and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. On 3rd down, Forbes. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
The Desperados offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Here comes 2nd down.
He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. He's back to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
They'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's got room.
Inside the 10.
And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Here's first and goal.
Back to throw. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. 5 plays there on that drive.
What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth. All tied fourth quarter as the kick is away here. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? What does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now a handoff up the middle.
Forbes on an excellent tackle there as they keep him in bounds and hold him to no gain.
On third down, Forbes. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So conditioning going to be a factor here. Who can hold up to the test? It's overtime here in week 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
117 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Now a first throw here in overtime.
And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just second down.
Back to throw. Barnes. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Back to throw again.
Olave holds it in.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Quick throw to Olave.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught.
And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just 1 possession.
Not the 4th quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for the Seahawks, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for San Antonio, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.